My name's Rory Sutherland. I'm a copywriter. I work for Ogilvy. I joined as a graduate trainee in 1988. I've been variously head of copy, executive creative director at Ogilvy One. I'm now vice chairman of the Ogilvy Group in the UK. And I was originally a graduate trainee, then destined to be an account man, as back then nearly all graduate trainees were. Wasn't account man for about 8 months, possibly the world's worst. And eventually, I think after about 18 months of generally knocking around, I managed to get a job in the creative department in 1990. And then I started as a junior copywriter there. I graduated in classics and then spent another year in Cambridge doing a PGC, because at one stage I wasn't sure that I didn't want to teach. I was fairly sure, incidentally, that I didn't want to teach immediately. I didn't want to do that rather frightening thing of going school, university, and then back to school again. But I thought it would be quite useful to get a teaching qualification because it was something you could do a little later in life. Like most people in the creative field, broadly speaking, what distinguishes me is I'm quite inquisitive. It's not purely a kind of creative drive, it's also that you are interested, what David Ogilvy called an extensive browser in all kind of fields. I'm slightly fascinated by things that I think are underrated or undervalued and tend to obsess about those things. And that applies to a few things. You know, I go on holiday to Madeira, which is a famously unfashionable place to go, but I find it quite nice because there are no young people there and it's generally peaceful and quiet and the climate's wonderful, and so is the Madeira. The nice thing about this business is more or less anything you do or anything you read or any film you go and see, if it helps you understand people a little better, it probably makes you better at your job.